This is last month, so you're travelling from Farnborough to Portsmouth, and he loves trains, as we can see. He's playing with trains.
Obsessed with trains.
So normally a train journey, you get the fast train, you know what you're doing, it's all quite smooth and it's fine.
Yes.
But not on this day.
No. Basically, we ended up going to Portsmouth, seeing some family, and there was some delays, so we had to go from Winchester. So as soon as we got to Winchester, we was already on the train for an hour. It was already busy, hectic, extreme. As soon as we got off, we had to wait 20 minutes. So another railway had lost its tracks or something had happened. So it was overcrowded anyway. So it was obviously too much for him and he had to wait. Now with Jack, you have to say like how long we're going to be, the train, the platform we've got to be on. He needs to know every part of detail. But because I didn't have it, I could not tell him. So then when we went on the train, that's when it all exploded.
And how does he kick off?
He can shout, swear, hit his sister, hits me, he hits strangers.
How do other people react? What have they said?
Well, when we was on the train and we got on there, I saw like loads of people looking at me. So basically people starting to tart. So I already heard a couple from behind saying, oh, bad parenting, bad mother. He's obviously a naughty child. And then I could hear them talking amongst themselves. So that's when I stepped up and I said, I apologise. My son has autism and ADHD. He cannot help it. Just bear with me. If I can get him calm, we will sit down. If not, I will move him to a quieter area so you can carry on your journey.
Well done you for doing that. You shouldn't have to do that.
No, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to move him for that.
So Dan, you were sat opposite, and so you were watching this all unfold. What was going through your head at the time?
Not very much. I was kind of just like slumped in a corner. I'd had quite a big night out the previous day down in Bournemouth with some friends. But I just, was sitting down on the table and you guys came and sat on the table kind of adjacent to mine. So all that stuff like, sort of you were talking about before about, explaining the autism and ADHD was like on the previous train or the platform. And so all I saw was like, two kids quite lively, Amy and Jack kind of running around. And then I could see Jack was starting to get a bit like agitated. And I obviously didn't know like the circumstances at the time, but he was getting a bit agitated, like climbing over chairs and shouting. And then I think you turned around and said something like, Jack, come on, show all these people how you can take your pills. And so at that point, so my mum's had a background kind of working with kids with special needs and I've like been exposed to it my whole life. So at that point, I kind of realised that he had ADHD. I kind of guessed it was like Ritalin or something similar. So I just thought I'd kind of pipe up. So I was like, Jack, I take loads of pills every morning. It'd be really helpful, like if you could show me how to take them. And they did.
And you're colouring in. And...
so Amy, Jack's sister, was already sitting kind of opposite me. So there was two people kind of to the side of me, and then Gayna and Jack were sitting on the opposite table, and Amy was sitting with me. So I just said, oh, Jack, do you want to come sit and play with your sister as well? And I could see you were a bit stressed out.
You do a lot.
Well, it doesn't come up very much. I don't really get trains very often, to be honest with you. But no, I mean. Yeah, I suppose, things like that. I mean, for me, it doesn't really seem that different to, like, holding a door open for someone or holding the lift for someone. It's just, when, you just get the opportunity to do little things where you just
helping someone that needs it. And it did help. I mean, for you, I think you actually said, get yourself a hot drink and just relax.
Sit down.
And that was the first time you've been on a train?
I mean, we've been on loads of trains, like, because I don't drive, so we get loads of public transport. We have flashcards. So we obviously have to show where a truck goes and how long it's going to be and the times and everything. It's all by, like, numbers. So when we ended up getting on there, and like Dan literally did step up, and I was like, wow. So I was like, are you sure? And I kept asking him, like, just to double check and just reassuring him. And then, like, he basically was doing some colouring with Amy, and she was like, oh, wow, that's like really amazing. So then that got Jack's attention. But before this, he was like standing on table and trying to cause more havoc.
Well, it's grown beyond that.
It's gone amazingly.
It's gone, like the meeting on the train.
I can't get over it.
You helping, and you were quite surprised when it went on Facebook, and then it went viral, and then you get a round of applause when you go to work, and, so all fantastic stuff. But then you launch Come to My Rescue.
Yes.
And what is that?
So I'll let Dan explain, because...
Yeah, so I think the idea behind that is that, so you mentioned the guy behind saying about kind of the bad parenting. So that was the guy sitting behind me on the train. And so I didn't kind of hear him say anything, but as soon as you two sat down, or you three sat down, he initially kind of like scoffed and tutted. And I remember thinking, oh, come on, this is not a very nice reaction, trying to, be a bit more understanding. And then when I got off the train, the same guy kind of reached out and touched my leg, went, oh, well done, son, that was really nice, you're sitting and playing with the kids there. So what it kind of made me realise is that people, because we were talking about the ADHD and autism and stuff on the train.
The journey, so
So what it kind of made me realise is that, people people, I think, when they have a, you know, understanding of like the wider context, generally are a bit more compassionate. I think the go-to reaction when a kid's crying in a shop is to think, oh, well, he's just not getting the sweets he wants or whatever. But I think, you know, a lot of the time there's going to be some kind of underlying problems here.
So it is that understanding and that knowledge, and a way of making this easier for people to understand is by a bit like the baby on board badges that people wear.
When you're in the underground and someone's pregnant and they're wearing a badge, they can sit down and they know they're pregnant.
And you're suggesting a badge specifically for...
Basically, the Come to My Rescue will be like me to wear it. So it's showing people that you can approach us, because obviously, although people tuss and they get a bit funny, I think some people don't approach us because they think we might bite their heads off.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, sometimes we may do because we're already trying to sort out a child, but otherwise we're more like crying for help.
Yeah.
So this is why we've got this badge, so I can wear this badge saying, I literally need your help, come to me and like ask me if I need help, because I'd rather someone come to me and help me like Dan did that day than tut and stare and make it even more worse for Jack.
It's
which
such
I
It's a
did.
great idea, it really is.